everyone, this is Blake with Recruitment Hockey coming at you with another video. Today we are going to be talking about forechecking. So it's going to be one of those grease board talks, and more specifically a 2-1-2 forecheck. So for starters, what is a forecheck? I'm going to take a green. This is a net we are trying to score on. So I'm going to put OPG, meaning opponent goalie. All right, and then I'm going to put TG as in team goalie. So we are scoring on this end of the ice. So we are going down this way. So what a forecheck is exactly that. So when the other team, well, neither team really has possession, and if the other team does have possession, it's how we attack in our offensive zone to gain possession of the puck. So the other team's either going or has possession, and we're trying to get the puck back from them. So scoring down in this end of the ice in a 2-1-2 forecheck, more often than not, most teams are going to have two defensemen. And I'm going to draw our opponents here in red. So they'll look something like this, assuming, right? And then for us, I'm going to draw us here in green. And just for, we should never be straight across like that. But just say that we dump the puck into the zone. So we dump the puck into the zone. This guy dumps it and it goes into that corner. All right, now it's how we attack the zone. So obviously, these defensemen down here are a lot closer to the puck than all three of our forwards. So what we're going to be talking about here is how we get the puck back from them. More specifically, a 2-1-2 forecheck, which in my opinion is the funnest one to run, and quite honestly, probably the easiest one to run. We're not going to talk about, how we prevent a breakout or anything like that. We're simply going to talk about how we get the puck back from a defense that is either close to having control or does have. We're not going to talk about how to prevent a breakout or anything like that, but simply how to slow it down and how to make it tough on the other team to break out. Nothing's worse than when the other team picks up the puck out of the corner and they get it right up the wall, right to a forward, and out they go, right? Takes up a lot of energy and really just kind of wastes the shift for our players. So when we're able to get the puck into our offensive zone, we want to make the most out of every opportunity that we get down there. So for starters, I'm going to grab these lines, get everything out of the way so it's not confusing at all, if I can grab those correctly. Bear with me. Alright, so I'm going to leave our opponent D there, and we're just going to kind of break it down from there. So, what we got to do first, 2-1-2. So what does 2-1-2 mean? 2-1-2 means this. So if I have my teammate, meant to put that in green. So I have my teammate here, and teammate here, teammate here, teammate here. 2-1-2. Alright, obviously that's not in the right spots, but that's just for demonstration's sake. Now there is different lingo that coaches use, and there's probably different philosophies in which this is taught, but this is the way I was taught it, this is the way I've always done it, and this is the way I was taught it, more often than not. So if it does differ, that's totally okay, as long as it's the same concept of getting two guys down low, one guy in the middle, and then obviously whoever's trailing up top. It's the same concept, right? So hopefully that makes sense what I just mentioned. So we dump the puck into the corner. Put it down here. Make it a little bigger here. Yeah, right there is our puck. Try to make it a circle if I can. So, obviously, this defenseman is the closest to the puck. It's going to be pretty easy for him to turn around, get to the puck, and then it's going to be his turn to make a play on the puck. Alright, when we attack, first things first, you have to be willing to work here. So this is where it comes down to work, structure, skill. If you're not willing to work, we can't have the structure, and you'll never be able to have skill. So, be relentless on the puck. Don't water ski into the zone. When I say water ski, a lot of times you see players dump it, and then they see the other team get possession. They're going hard right to here, and then they let up. They water ski down into the zone. All right, it's a relentless attack to the puck to keep it down there. You want to make sure you guys have the puck, because if the other team can't shoot, they can't score, they can't score, they can't win. So it's a simple concept of keep away, right? So that's the first thing. If you're not willing to work here, then just forget about the actual structure of this, because it's not going to matter. They're going to break the puck out easily every single time on you. So show up to work, or don't even bother playing. So this defenseman, we're going to move him down here. He's down here now around the puck. With the defenseman being there, they're probably going to have their other defenseman maybe filter in here. Maybe you see him do this. You know, obviously he's going to be reading the play. Maybe in here. There's a bunch of different spots for the defenseman to go. Depending on the age level, they might be more prone to puck watching. But more often than not, the older you are, I usually tell the players to get up into this area, have their feet facing north so that they can see the entire play. All right. And then if there is a bank pass, they're able to get right here with no problem, and they're still protecting it up front. So a good player is probably going to be in that position. Now what we're doing here is, if you're a player that enjoys running around like a chicken with their head cut off, this is perfect for you. If you are F1, this guy right here, forward one, doesn't matter if you're the centerman, left wing, right wing, it's positionless hockey. If you're the first one to touch the blue line, you're the first forward. Even if you're a defenseman, if you're the first one to touch the blue line, this is your role. No rules. So what I mean by no rules is exactly what it sounds like. Go create havoc. So you're coming in straight here. All right, hit the defender, let them know you're there. Obviously, don't hit if you're not at the age of hitting. But that, let them know you're there. So just applying an extreme amount of pressure to this defenseman, making him either puke the puck up the wall this way, all right? Just don't let the defenseman have time to really sit back and make a decision. Apply that relentless pressure and make them have to do something. If you water ski, give them time. It's a lot easier for them to pick their head up, get their feet going up ice, and make a clean breakout. All right, so no rules. F1, we're going to move you down here, and you're right on top of the goal, or right on top of that defender. So there is our F1. Hopefully that makes sense. It's super easy to pick up because you have no rules and there's nothing to really coach for you. Be relentless, sniff the puck out, be right on top of the defenseman. What we are trying to force is this D to D pass. Oftentimes you'll see it come off the boards in here. All right. Now what we're trying to break up, if you're the forward two, F2 in other words, if you're the second guy coming into the zone, whether you're forward, defense, left wing, right wing, center wing, does not matter. If you're the second one touching the blue line, your job is to obviously hunt with relentless pressure. So you're coming in and you're trying to keep this pass from happening. Right? We don't want them to be able to shift the ice and create more space for themselves. So we don't want to have to chase all over the ice. We want to try to keep the puck in this area. Keep the puck close to our players. More guys that we are able to get down low into those corners, a lot more chances we have to win those battles. All right, so this guy's job, F2, is to come down and cut this pass off. I usually like to teach, if you're able to get on the inside post, do it that way. However you can break it up, though. If you have to beat the defender that way, that's fine. So now we got two guys down low. Let me move this guy to the side. Make it a little bit smaller. So when we get two guys down low, that's our two. Hence 2-1-2. So now we have our F2. We'll just put them just right here for easy demonstration's sake. That's our F2. All right. Creating havoc with that F1, eliminating that D to D pass so that they're not able to stretch the ice on us and spread us out. All right, again, like I said, we want to keep the play as tight to that corner as we can because we're also using the boards as another defender. All right, we don't want this guy to be able to get up here, this defenseman to be up here and have a lot more space. We want to make sure we're using our boards because last I checked, players cannot go through boards and still make a good play. So the closer we use the boards, or the closer we get them to the boards, it's basically just another defender for us. All right, so we got 2 guys down there. I'm going to put down a little 2. There's our 2. All right, now we got to find where our 1 is. So that means our F3, who is trailing the play for whatever reason, if he was maybe down lower in the when we were attacking in the other end, or being attacked, I should say, they are crossing the line third. That's okay, as long as they're hustling. So their job is to not puck watch. A lot of times you see kids, even adults, you see in NHL sometimes, right? They get caught puck watching, and then one pass, they get a little bit too low. They make one quick pass, and that beats all 3 of us. All right, that's what we're trying to avoid here. I'm not going to get into pinches and, activating the D here because I don't want to throw too much at my viewers here. So all we're going to teach here is F3, get in between the top of the circles and the blue line. All right, I've always heard a stick length from the blue line. Maybe I'd like to see players get a little bit lower, just because if that puck does come up high here, if we're standing at the blue line, it's a lot longer shot. I know it doesn't look like that on a whiteboard, but I mean, that's what, 15, 20 feet between the top of the circle and the blue line. So let's say, this defenseman does turn it over. Just being in the slot a little bit more creates some unintended offense. And, players will fumble pucks and they'll turn the puck over through the middle and try to hit the centerman. It does happen. So just moving that that F3 down just a little bit could be beneficial. But also they have to make sure they're reading the play. So they can't get caught puck watching. Let's say that this defender down here in the corner that has the puck turns up the ice this way. All right. What we need to teach here, and like I said, I'm not going to get too much into pinching because there are times, obviously, when you have a defenseman trailing the play and they make this pinch and this F3 filters in. All right, I don't want to confuse too many people, so we're going to keep it really simple here. And we're going to avoid double pinching. So when this puck, let's say, the F1 doesn't get there, puck gets up the wall, using this forward, F3, to get to the wall and apply that pressure. Now you might say, well, now we don't have an F3, right? We just had our guy that was up top get down in the zone, and now if he misses the play, whatever, if he doesn't make the play there on the wall and the winger does get by him, then what? It's a 3-on-2 going down the ice. That's where this F2 becomes important. So this guy that just tacked down low, he needs to make sure that he doesn't get lost puck watching. So as soon as the play moves, he gets up the ice. Maybe it's through here, maybe it's back around here. Whatever it is, he's now filtering in. He's the F3. All right, so making sure that we're not staying down here when we don't have full possession of the puck. The F1 breaks up the pass and we have full possession. Sure, he can stay down here. All right, but if it's a clean pass up the boards and our F1 is beat and the F3 is going to prevent him from getting up the ice, this guy needs to filter back in whichever way is the quickest around the net, depending on where they are. All right, so now we got 2, the 1, which is the F3, and now we're going to find the next 2. So super simple. Whoever's trailing the play. More often than not, defensemen are off in the corners, so it's usually the defenseman, D1, D2. All right, but like I said, I play positionless hockey, so whoever's coming up the ice, D1, D2, in this scenario, we'll say it's D1, and here's, I drew it a little bit too close, but D2. All right, staying inside the dots. We don't need this defenseman if the puck gets moved up the ice right here. We don't need him getting stuck standing flat-footed right here. All right, he's allowed. He's, well, not allowed. He should stay inside the dots because we're, again, like I said, we want to keep the play to the outside. We're using the boards as an extra defender, right? I don't need another defender over in this area. We'll let our we trust our defenders to keep the play to the outside. We trust our F3 to keep the play to the outside. All right, we don't want to be stuck outside because that makes it an easy move if our F3 gets beat here for the opposing D, or the winger over there to cut in. Now he's got all that ice just because our defenseman got sucked over into this area. All right, so stay dotsing in. Of course, take your chance. Make sure you get back. Never if the F3 is pinching. If the F3 is pinching, stay there. We don't need the double pinch. And then, like I said earlier, we'll get into where the player actually filters in and the D does pinch, but not today. So today we're just going with the simple F3 on him like white on rice and breaking up that pass however we can. So keeping the puck down low. We get our forwards down low, like I said. So the F1 attacks, no rules, relentless to the puck. F2, relentless, one rule, don't let the pass go D to D. All right, F3, make sure you're staying high. That's your one rule. And man, two rules, I guess. One rule, stay high, don't get caught puck watching, and don't pinch. So I guess three rules. D1 and D2, play defense. All right, if they have full possession of the puck, play defense, not offense. Keep a defenseman with his head on a swivel, watching all this ice, making sure he sees anybody coming up the ice this way. All right, D1, making sure he's watching this ice. So we got eyes on all the ice here, making sure that no flyers are getting by him. All right, err on the side of caution. So that gives me my 2-1-2. All right, a little bit longer of a video, but I hope I explained that as easily as I could. This has been another video from Recruitment Hockey. My name is blakehackbarth. The likes, comments, shares, subscribe, they all help me a lot in chasing my dreams, which is recruitment hockey. And if you don't know what my company does, feel free to check out our website, www.recruitmenthockey.com. I help a lot of players reach junior, college, and higher levels of hockey. And this is just another way. I love coaching, just to kind of share my hockey knowledge with the world. Like I said, there's different lingo and different things that coaches do, but this is a consensus kind of breakdown of what a 2-1-2 is. So again, my name is Blake Hackbarth with Recruitment Hockey, signing off with another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you very much.